Alright, I have a thought about something. The whole square peg, round hole situation. What I notice, all of this stems from the whole concept of college. I'm going back to college. I'm taking one class right now. It's just an electronics course. But I realize that the whole college atmosphere has a field that just doesn't make sense to me. Now, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But, I'm going to college and taking classes I actually want to take because, my path, the way my mind works, the things that I like, they sort of push me in that direction. Right now I'm working on the video editing thing, and I'm like, well, maybe I should get into some electronics, see what happens. Now I'm thinking, well, because I'm doing well in this electronics class, it's the DC class, I should take AC next semester. Then I'm thinking, well, because I'm liking the whole video media, I'm liking audio, I'm following people on Twitter and stuff because I either like their music or I like their personality and they are artists, whatever. And I'm more inclined toward these individuals because of so many different things, whether it's their personality or whether it's their music, what have you. But I notice that I still prefer to listen. Well, I'm kind of at a loss right now, but I'm not going to edit this. I like the technical aspect of things. When I look at fashion, I'm not saying necessarily... I like the superficial quality, of course. But the superficial quality, for me, is how it's constructed. How well it looks. How not necessarily, if they hand-stitched it with, some badass seamstress from, Taiwan or whatever. That doesn't really matter to me. It's the overall image is based on its construction and everything else. But I'm not really looking at that specifically. If, however, I were to try to fashion something myself, I would obviously look into the construction aspects of it and probably appreciate it. I do that with my video editing. I'm noticing all of the technical aspects of it, and I'm still learning stuff. There's a lot of shit to learn in Sony Vegas. There's a lot of stuff. And then to top it off, there's YouTube in of itself. How do they process this stuff? I uploaded a 500 megabyte video, and it still looks like crap. And the only thing I can think of is because the source file that I used was not 1080p, and so therefore it wasn't a high quality video in the first place. Then the source video that I actually ended up with was also not 1080p. The final video was not 1080p, and so it too was not super high quality. And, I'm thinking, well, it should have at least looked like this because, this is what it looks like in 480p. So, I'm still learning shit right now. And that's the thing. That's one thing, and this is obviously a digression, but if you're not learning something, what the hell are you doing? If you know everything, well, to me, that's kind of boring, If you know everything when it comes to video editing, if you think you know more than me, that's great. I know Freddie Wong knows a hell of a lot more than I do when it comes to video editing because it shows on his videos on YouTube. He's an amazing effects artist, but I don't know if he's doing all the video editing. I know he does a lot of it from what I can recall. But that being something of a digression, I'm not going to try to make myself into the next Freddie Wong because that's just not fair. First of all, I ain't him anyway, so I can't do what he does. I'm me. And so I'm going to do what I do. And I realize, going back to the whole square peg, round hole situation. Let's say you've got a square peg that's a foot long, and it's 1 inch by 1 inch. Sorry for those who use metric. Apologies. I'm 29 years old. I've been using standard, imperial measurements all my life. You got a 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 foot square peg. Let's say it's made of wood. All right? And then you got a box, a big, huge-ass box. And you're going to try to fit yourself into a hole in that box. But majority of the holes just won't fit. You see this round hole, and people are like, well, just, change yourself to fit. That's what people do. They put all of this effort into themselves to change who they are so they can fit into this little round hole so they can get inside the box. But what if the box is only an inch thick? Well, fuck that. Let's say the circle is an inch in diameter and the box is only an inch thick. There ain't a whole lot you have to do to that. You can just cut off the corners and, buffer it up just a little, buff it up just a little bit so it actually, you can fit in and you go right on in. In essence, don't change who you are in order to fit into whatever it is that you want to do. Obviously, this is probably advice that's been passed along for who the hell knows how long. But really, that's what you're doing. You're shaving off all of this extra stuff. You're actually taking off part of who you are in order to fit into this round hole. When all you have to do is do a little bit of work and forge your own path, essentially. But some may say, well, that seems hard. But the thing is it's really not hard. The hard part is being consistent. That's really the hardest thing anybody can do, is be consistent in any changes that they make. But remember, you're not making them to yourself, so to speak. Sure, I'm taking this electronic course, and so I'm learning things, and it's causing me to change. But I'm not saying, okay, I got to do it this way because that's how they want me to do it. I'm going to get into that hole one way or another, but I'm going to do it my way because it's less work for me to do. Because why? The electronics course, not hard. I'm doing well in it, and I'm almost certain that I'm going to pass with an A. And you know what? I think I will pass with an A. Fuck it. I'm going to pass with an A. I don't care. I'm going to pass that class with an A, and then I'm going to move on. I'm going to take the AC class next semester. I got to figure out when the timing is for that, and if I have to do anything with my job, whatever. We'll see. But I'm not going to sit around and stop doing the things that I want to do because of something else that could be in the way. I'm going to change the way. I'm going to change the path so it fits my needs. That may sound selfish. It may sound self-righteous. But the thing is that's what you really are. You're a human being. And the thing is that you have to do what you need for you. Because if you don't, then you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to stand still. And it sucks to stand still. I know. I've been standing still for almost 4 years. Actually, longer than 4 years. And finally, I'm moving forward. And I'm appreciating my own effort. And the thing is, it's not even that hard. That's what's crazy. It's not difficult to be consistent in this because I like what I'm doing. I want to take another electronics course. I want to take something that deals with media, whether it's cinematography, whether it's music theory. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll figure that part out when the time comes. Hopefully, anybody who's listening to this will also do the same thing. Have fun with that.